Speaking of Cersei, where are her handmaidens? Seem like all the other highborn ladies have entourages. This is very true. Cersei Lannister is a bit of a loner. She does not get close to people. She doesn't have the same entourage as you see with someone like Margaery Tyrell. She had her friends, her ladies, her cousins. Cersei does have maids that attend to her, servants, but she does not consider them her friend. The only friend that Cersei really has is Lady Taena Merryweather. And it's Lady Taena that tells Cersei that one of her maids, a girl called Sanelle, is actually spying on Cersei and reporting back to Margaery and her group. Cersei flips out, like she is furious, and she hands Sanelle, this young girl, over to Qyburn, basically saying, do what you want with her, like, have at it. Not one of Cersei's finest moments. It all goes back to when Cersei was a girl and she had these two friends, Melara Heatherspoon and Jane Farman. They go with her to meet Maggy the Frog, but Jane kind of gets cold feet and she runs away. So it's just Cersei and Melara witnesses what Maggy the Frog told Cersei. The whole Valonqar prophecy. You won't marry the prince, you'll marry the king. He's going to have X number of kids, but you'll have a different number. Very soon after this incident, Melara Heatherspoon falls down a well. And a lot of people think Cersei either pushed her or it was an accident and Cersei did not get Melara help. Either way, Cersei left her friend and heard the screams and just didn't save her. So the prophecy, this secret that has freaked out Cersei at this very young age, only she knows about it now. Melara can't tell anyone. And I think this comes back to Cersei having this insecurity of being perceived as weak or having a vulnerability. She doesn't want to give people any ammunition that they could one day use against her. And Cersei, she's very freaked out by what Maggy the Frog says. She's like, wait, what? She's confused, she's scared. And as a grown woman, Cersei blames her friends for convincing her to go to see Maggy the Frog in the first place. The only person Cersei has allowed close to her throughout her life consistently is Jaime. But that's kind of more that Cersei feels she can manipulate Jaime. She thinks he's so dumb that he would never betray her. She kind of looks at him as a bit of a puppy, just trailing after her. Cersei keeps a very strict social class. She keeps the servants at arm's length. Amongst many of her failures, Cersei has delusions of grandeur, she has ideas above her station, she looks down her nose at other people, she likes to lord it over people like, we are high and mighty, I'm a Lannister, and not any old person can be my friend. But she takes it too far and she doesn't have anyone there to talk sense into her, to be a genuine support. When Cersei has her fall from grace, when she is arrested, Lady Taena vanishes from the capital. She has it away on her toes. And Cersei thinks, thank God, because they can't question her now, because I've shared things with her. But at the same time, it's kind of sad that Cersei doesn't realise that she's lacking in the friendship department. At the time when she really needed a friend, anybody, the one person she was close to has left the capital. There are benefits to that, but at the same time, Cersei is alone, and that is not a good thing. And Cersei doesn't recognise this. Her social skills, they're pretty lacking. She doesn't realise she's lacking in friends. She doesn't notice the absence. She doesn't think she needs anybody. She thinks, I'm smart enough, I can do everything on my own. Other people just weigh me down. Cersei is very much a burning bridges kind of person and not thinking about the long game. She hasn't spent time forming genuine friendships so that when the chips are down, you've got real allies who actually do want to help you. Cersei does not have anyone who's genuinely loyal to her because she's not put the time in to develop those relationships. This is how Cersei has been pretty much all her life. She's a very cynical person and she's not very nice. Like, let's call it what it is. Cersei is mean. Part of it is a defense mechanism, but part of it is her being just a stone cold bitch. People don't flock to her in the way that you would think, given that she is the actual queen. She's off-putting to even the most ambitious of people. And it's sad because Cersei doesn't have anybody to guide her back onto the right path. She doesn't have that group chat who can talk you down from making a mistake. What happens with Cersei is she'll make a mistake and then it will snowball because she doesn't have anyone to offer any wise counsel. It's just Cersei alone in her head doubling down. There's nobody there with her best interests at heart, genuinely trying to be helpful. Cersei is a one-man band. There is very little chance of her letting anyone in. And I do think that is part of why she gets so irritated with Margaery and Margaery's entourage. Yeah, they might just be a little annoying, but I think it's also because Cersei can't relate. She's never had a group of friends. She turned on the friends she had as a girl, and as an adult, she's never really developed a real friendship. Yeah, she has her servants who will wash her hair and get her clothes ready for her, but she doesn't have anyone she can rely on and trust. Lady Taena was the only one. But there is a question mark over how genuine Taena really was. Was she wanting to be friends with Cersei because she actually cared, or was she just taking advantage of Cersei at a vulnerable point? I don't know. But Cersei makes a conscious choice not to let people in. She sees it as, I'm being strong and people won't mess with me. But she takes it too far, to the point where people just don't like you, and so they're not loyal to you. Even her own servants, they will do what she needs them to do and then get out of the room as quickly as possible. And Cersei really has no one to blame but herself. She pushes people away. Part of it is arrogance, thinking you've got this, you don't need anyone. But also, I think she genuinely just does not know how to be a friend because everything is transactional with Cersei.